Welcome to the Startup Pitch stage. Welcome to the Startup Pitch Battle. You're in the right place for a very exciting hour together. So what we are going to do today is have you decide. So your attention is really important. First of all, to have a better attention, you can get some headphones at the back. You will just hear the speakers a little bit better. Or we have a QR code, and through this QR code, you can have a German text translation, obviously powered by AI. My name is Matteo Cassese. I'll be your host today. I'm a business coach, but today I get sort of a vacation because you and the jury, which I will introduce in a second, will have to do all of the work. Now, since this is a busy fair, I am curious, who here has been walking a lot? Do you have a step counter? And could you check your step counter for me right now? Could you have a look at your step counter? Because I'm curious, how many of you are over 10,000 steps? Just give me a show of hands. How many here are over 15,000 steps? Oh yeah, people over 20,000 steps this morning. No, nobody. Okay, so the threshold is, so IFA Berlin is worth at least 15,000 steps. Well, thank you for letting me know. So the stakes are really high today. The stakes are high because you get to decide which of these 5 startups goes in the grand finale on Tuesday. And whoever wins that finale gets a complimentary stand here at IFA in 2025 and gets a free trip to Austria, a free trip here, a free trip to Austria to visit one of the largest distributors of premium brands like GoPro and Marshall. So you have a big responsibility, and I'd like to sign a contract with you right now, but to sign a contract with you, naturally we cannot, pass it around, but just to hear it from you, that you understand the responsibility that you have today to decide who goes in the finale. So I would kindly ask you to say yes after my countdown if you understand the responsibility that is bestowed upon you. 3, 2, 1. Could we do better? 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you very, very much. I want to introduce the organizer, the co-organizer of all of this, which is Factory Berlin. Factory Berlin is a network of innovators, is a network of startup founders, of entrepreneurs, and advisors. And I want to especially point you to their events. If you want to check out their events, you can go to factory.berlin. Factory.network. Now, it's my pleasure to start introducing our fantastic jury, starting with Stephanie Koch. Stephanie Koch is an expert in hardware and software, and her focus is on sustainability and the circular economy. A big round of applause for Stephanie. You grab a mic, there you go, and they're on, don't worry. So, speaking of circular economy, speaking of sustainability, how will you judge the impact of these 5 projects? And that's a really hard job in 4 minutes.
Well, that's a tricky one. As everyone knows in the field, it's quite difficult to really judge the impact of a product or a service along all the different impact categories and also along the entire product life cycle. So what definitely I can do in 4 minutes is figure out, are there hints? Probably those startups will be in the field of sustainability, of circular economy. So there will be something in the business concept, and I will try to find out as much as possible about that and figure out what kind of hints are there, what impact categories do they solve, are they future-proof, is the concept really looking into that direction?
And it really takes an expert like you to judge all of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Let me introduce Robert Kopka. He's the founder of StartMatch AI, and he's a mentor, and he's particularly an expert in grant applications, something really important for startups. Welcome back, Robert. How is it going?
Good, thanks.
Good. So another, welcome back. Yeah, another important criteria is what is the business feasibility and what is the business outlook for these companies. How do you judge that in these 4 short minutes of pitch?
It will be tricky, but I'm looking for a business model that really can work because I think we need innovation that is also feasible from a business perspective, because otherwise we will not adapt it on a global scale, and that's really important.
Right, the global scale is a big component of that. Thank you so much. Please have a seat, and let me welcome Stephanie Trappel. And she is an expert in launching premium brands in the consumer electronics space, and she's going to be here. Round of applause for her, please. Welcome back as well. Grab a microphone. So I wanted to talk about innovation with you, as you're an expert in this. So obviously every project that comes here to IFA is innovative. What is the extra edge that we're looking for?
I mean, by no ways I'm an expert in innovation, right? You can't be an expert there. But I think it's a trade-off between disruptiveness of an idea, but as well as a combination of feasibility. So you can't only be disruptive without looking at feasibility. So.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's really hard to be an expert in something that doesn't exist, right? But these are the challenges of working in entrepreneurship. Now, I want to go to the criteria that we have to judge, because I want to involve you as well in these criteria. If we can go to the next slide, because we are not going to just judge them on the positive impact, not just on the innovation and not just on the business impact, but we also want to understand what is the team problem fit. So do you want to comment on that maybe? How do we judge the team problem fit in just a short time, and how crucial it is in terms of a startup success?
I mean, coming from a hardware development background, it's always very important, specifically to start, to have the right team for the kind of problems you try to solve. So that would be something to look into. Are the key roles, the key responsibilities defined and there to really lay the groundwork for a successful product?
And the hardware cycle, it's longer, it's more complicated, it's more treacherous, and we'll have some hardware projects that will tickle you, certainly. All right, so the format that we're going to have is 4-minute pitches, and I will be very strict with time. So I'm just going to jump on stage if you go over 4 minutes. Then we'll have 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. In the meantime, our judges will go through these elements and give a vote of 1 to 5, and then at the end they will come together, they will huddle together and decide if there is unanimous consensus, or tell us what they think on a scale of 1 to 5 on all these elements for the different startups. All right, the theme for today, next slide please, is sustainability. And before I leave the stage, I know you're here for the startups. I have a little love letter for our startups. They need to come here on stage, but they need to be great entrepreneurs. How can they be also great at interacting with you? How can they be extra clear for you? I believe we all need to do 3 things. The first thing is resonate. Engage with the audience, say hello, get their acknowledgement, ask them questions. If we start just simply by a smile, we'll engage the hearts of our audience. So first thing, resonate. When you start resonating, when you start giving something to the audience will give you something back. And that energy compounds and compounds. The second thing that I want you to do is to elevate your audience. Elevate them and bring them to a different level. Every time I'm speaking in front of an audience, I'm thinking, these people know more than me. And if ever I thought they didn't, I would just compliment them for a second or give them a responsibility. And that allows us to raise the stakes, because it's really important then to articulate very clearly what we need to say. And to articulate what we need to say, we need to start from the big problem, from the burning fire. And once that fire, that problem has been defined, only then we can start talking about the solution that we have for that problem. I strongly believe that if we start by resonating, elevate the audience and the stakes, and then articulate, we can all do a great job, be very clear, and be a little bit better at expressing our ideas, and therefore be together a better entrepreneur. Now, it's time to hear from our startup founders. I want to introduce a company, a project that wants to fix something that I think is preventing a lot of us from joining green mobility, and that is charging of electric vehicles. And it's my pleasure to introduce Unseo Park from Evar, the overseas sales manager of the company. Welcome to the stage. A big round of applause. Takes courage to be the first one. This is your mic. And this is your clicker for the slides. If you, no, with this one, the big play, and that one is your enemy. 4 minutes. Okay. All right. Take it away. You're going to do great. Yeah, it's always on. They are geniuses.
So, hello, this is Scarlett from Evar, and it's so nervous. So many people here. Okay, so the global EV electric vehicle market is currently experiencing like chasm, a demand slowdown. But how can we overcome this situation? So the perception change or like okay. So Evar believes. Okay.
Let's advance to the next slide. I know a little bit the presentation. Let's see. Does it go? Okay. This is the problem, right?
Okay. So let me introduce our company first. So Evar was established in 2018, and we are selected by Samsung Electronics C-Labs assignment. So that means most of our C-levels are Samsung Electronics. So we acknowledged by okay. There are oh my god. So let me go this part. So this is shortage issue of charging station, lack of charging station. So there are two reasons. So first, dedicated parking space and limited electricity. So when we park electric vehicle somewhere, it's really hard to find the electric vehicle charging station. And also, if you want to insert charger inside the building, we have to consider limitation electricity. That's why Evar focuses on sustainable charging infrastructure expansion. So this is our product lineup. ESS mounted mobile EV charger and power sharing smart charger. So ESS means energy storage system. So you don't have to go charging station. So with car type, vehicle mount type, autonomous robot type, we can give a charging solution anywhere, any place you want to. And then there are another section here. So power sharing smart charger. Normally, to insert charger, we have to insert grid on each charger. But our charger is different. Just on a single grid, we can insert maximum 5 chargers. That means we can cost save up a lot, up to 80%. And we also have AC and DC chargers. So main feature is expansion of charging area and cost saving. So this is our latest model, Ace Pro Plus. So with PLC modem, like power line communication, charger can digital communicate between car, vehicle, and charger. So charger can give efficient charging to car, and car gives back battery information. So we've secured the top #1 market share in South Korea for 2 years, 2022 and 2023. So we've got 20% of market share. And this one is our DC charger. So if you are interested in our charger, then you can visit our booth. It's over there. So this one is car type, and this one is van mounted charger. So we can go, if the car stopped on the road, then you can go any place you want. So this is robot. And as I mentioned before, we ensured production stability. Oh,
Thank you so much. A big round of applause, please. Unfortunately, time is always against us.
Oh, can I say the last thing? So
Okay.
We are not just manufacturer of electric vehicle. We are turnkey solution for EV charging.
Right.
Thank you.
Very well said. Very well said. Let's jump to the jury. Can I call you Steph? So we can have a yeah. So Steph, any question?
First of all, thank you for your presentation. One question I would have is on the mobile charging solutions, where does the energy come from, and how is a little bit the infrastructure behind that? So where are those charged, and then what are perhaps distances those need to travel to go to remote areas?
We have to, someplace we have to charge the battery someplace. But for example, van mounted charger, there are charger inside, so we can go when VMC goes somewhere, then they do not need the battery charging. So yes. So is it sufficient?
We have to move on to the next question because
Yes.
of time. Unfortunately,
Yes.
I need to be a little bit pressing here. So, Robert, please.
You showed some impressive numbers with a 20% market share in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
What about the international expansion? Are you already in other markets? Are there any plans, and how are you going about that?
Oh, we are trying to expand market into global, and VMC we've exported to Canada for 3 units, and the DC charger we exported Belgium for 1 unit. So we are check the status as of today. Thank you.
Stephanie, over to you.
Thanks. Super interesting thing you're presenting. I myself drive an electric vehicle, and I know it too often that I don't find a charging station. So my question is the following, right? How do I find a mobile charging station, or does the mobile charging station find me?
So normally there is a CPO, charging point operator. So with CPO, we also give application for CSMS, charging station management system. So you can check your application where the mobile charger is located, and then the location or charging status you can check via your app through your.
Sorry, quick follow-up question, if I might.
Sure.
So the placement of the mobile charging station is then basically a gap you see in the network that you're trying to map and close?
We are developing that the process for checking the location. Yeah.
Wonderful. In order to be fair with time, since we gave a little bit more time for the pitch, we are cutting the Q&A a little bit short. Nerves are a thing that needs to be reckoned with on stage. We all have them. I have them as well. So you're not alone. You did a great job. And so thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I will take this from you. And it is my pleasure to introduce the next project. Thanks. Always nice to start with a good applause. For the next startup we are talking about solar panels, but these solar panels they are not in the usual place. What is going on? Here is Fabián de la Fuente, founder of Solaires. Yes, let's shake hands. A warm applause for you, and let's start. Your slides are going to go on.
Thank you very much.
And that is your timer over there. That's what you're looking at.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So, I'm Fabián de la Fuente. I'm not Sahar. Okay, who here remembers the solar calculator? Those calculators that you never had to change or charge the batteries. If you find one right now, they just work, right? And why can't we use the same technology on every other battery-driven device, like sensors, cell phones, tablets, even electric vehicles? The reason is we needed new technology to do that, and new materials. At Solaire, we did that. And what we come to is that we are reducing the waste of batteries, because now we just need a little storage in the devices to store the energy that every device produces. Whoever is familiar with this term, energy conversion efficiency, if you're familiar with that term, you're going to be impressed. Our solar cells have 35% energy conversion efficiency. It's a very, very big number. So my name is Fabián de la Fuente. I have over 100 patents, and I'm an inventor. And this is my latest startup. I already have 6 exits under my belt. So it's really interesting. So our solution, previous solutions, solar panels are expensive, and they produce lots of pollution at the manufacturing side. What if I can tell you that our solution is very affordable, it's high performance, and has a simpler value chain, and it's cleaner, the production. And it's very environmentally friendly. We have studies to confirm all this. Who are our customers? Our customers are basically everybody that is here that has a device that has a battery. Any battery-driven device, it's our customers. We are already talking with big companies like Amazon Lab 126, Samsung, Sony, and the likes, to implement that into many different devices. For example, you may have a wireless camera in your home, and that wireless camera needs power. And you need to charge that wireless camera every time. So with our solution, we just integrate that at the manufacturing site, and it works. Now, our final goal is to create a film that you will be able to wrap around an electric vehicle, a window, or a building facade, and collect solar energy from it. In order to get there, it was a very challenging project. We had to hire 16 scientists, work with 5 different universities around the world to do that. So we created a roadmap where we first created a solar ink, which now we are selling it to Honda Motors in Japan. They are creating the first solar electric vehicle, fully functional. There's some that doesn't really do the trick. In the next 8 to 10 years. After that, we created the solar cell that you can see in our booth there. And then we are going to do it flexible, and then we are going to have the big film that we are going to do. We have some competitors, different technologies. We are perovskite. There's other technologies that like DSSC, gallium arsenide. That's what they put on the satellites. Financial stuff. We have 2 revenue streams, create the PV modules, and our team, which is fantastic team of people. We have won over 100 awards. We have investors. Halliburton Labs is one of our investors. Intellectual property, 44 patents. A great team, award-winning team, more than 16 scientists. We have raised $9 million. We are raising $13 million. $9 million of those on grants. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Okay, we use exactly the same time, so I feel that it's totally fair. Thanks for the presentation. Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Seth.
Thank you for your presentation. Very impressive. Actually, I have plenty of questions, but I'll focus on basically sustainability. So you mentioned that it's way less expensive to produce your solar cells. How about impact in terms of CO2 production, water, and so on?
It is incredible because we have 40% less pollution on that side. But on the other side, in about 10 years, we are going to be producing every year products that are going to remove 1 megaton of CO2. Just to give that in context, for example, Canada has pledged, I'm from Canada, 4 megatons per year. So we are doing one of those. Apple has pledged 10 megatons per year. So it's good. It's huge.
So when I understood correctly, then the business model is based on royalty or license fees, and you already have a lot of customers like Honda, you said. Why do you still need so much money or investment?
That's a really good point. So basically, we first need to create the demand for the product because people don't know this exists. So when we approach a big company like Samsung, hey guys, this exists, and they have under their roadmap to introduce solar in their products. That way they don't need to charge or change the batteries, right? So the way we do it is we propose a licensing. We already have one customer that already paid a license, and basically they start all the manufacturing, and they just give us royalties. They have to buy the special ink that we make to do this process, and we have many companies aligned on that end, and we already have one manufacturing facility.
Stephanie?
I have to admit, at the moment, I'm speechless.
Well, that's the result of a really successful pitch.
Perhaps.
So, are you gonna invest now?
May I use this name similarity? And you have another question. What is the lifetime of your panels or ink or product in general?
That's a very, very good question. When we started this project 4 years ago, the lifetime was hours. It was ridiculous. But now it is 10 to 20 years. Some of our scientists say 10 and some say 20. So I have to stick with 10. We have done some aging tests, and that's how we do it.
We have time for one last question.
And you're saying you can really charge an EV just with this foil?
It's a little bit more complicated. So it's not just like throw a couple of solar panels in a Tesla and it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. So basically, when you have a solar cell that is constantly recharging the battery, the weight of the battery, you reduce the weight of the battery 90% because you just need a smaller battery. If you reduce the weight of the battery, now your powertrain needs to change for a smaller one. And if you reduce the weight and everything, and you have a better energy distribution system, you can do it. But not right now.
Okay, it's the right direction at least.
Yes,
we're going directionally
there.
in the right place.
Okay, and I always like to end this conversation saying, imagine, and remember this, 10 years from now, you will never need to connect your device to the wall. It's going to generate its own electricity. Trust me on that one. Everybody's working to that direction.
All right, we'll trust you on that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. We are staying on topic. Are you tracking? These pitches are complicated to follow. Are you tracking? You signed a contract with me before, right? And you also have these criteria in mind, right? Okay, so for the next project, we are going at the manufacturing of electricity in sustainable solar and wind generation plants. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage the CEO of IDB, Bo Kyang Min. Welcome. You get our kit. This is the clicker. This is the advance. You have a timer over there. That's the only problem you have. This is the audience. That's the timer.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. Let me start my pitch. I'm Bernard Bean of IDB CEO. I will introduce Practical AI, AI with the Edge solution for the future of energy asset management. Our renewable energy customers strive to make data-driven decision making in maximizing the value of our energy asset. Our customers have a challenge for energy asset management for their profitable business. As time progresses, their energy method deteriorate, leading to operational efficiency and energy productivity. So our customers need AI-powered asset management for proper action on time. As appropriate measurements are taken immediately in response to asset condition, the profitability of energy supply will also decline. The high-cost system integration and long development time make it difficult decision for customers adopting AI in the field. But IDB drastically reduced the both cost and implementation time, making adoption easier. Protected Group offers the following key features. The first, detect anomaly in real time and predict potential issue in energy asset. Second, it is a no-code platform setting up AI-based detection scenario very easily. Third, alert to dashboard and mobile app and third-party application to control the system is very powerful. Our product line is very three category, and AI with the edge, as a server, and kiosk type is for the purpose of required data processing capability. AI with the edge has robust long-range wireless connectivity. It's covered 50 kilometers far from the energy asset. AI Edge has its on-device functionality supporting self-learning mode upon installation is to improve AI model performance. IDB has proven AIoT technology and business expertise in manufacturing. It is equally applied for the renewable energy industry. It providing reliability to customer. So adapting AI for customer improve the productivity, uptime of an energy asset, and the profitability. Let me highlight the competitiveness. The customer can select necessary AI service, and it is autonomously detects many anomaly detections function. Our sales target, domestic target, is $20 million to 2026. And international market, we are expanding our R&D global project and business expansion to Singapore and UK first, and next to Europe. We are aimed to contribute to the global carbon neutrality and climate change response. Thank you for listening.
Very much. Now I hand it over to you. We are in the weeds of energy production.
I would have a question for a business model. Are you renting the devices, or are you selling the devices, or how does it work with your customers?
Pardon?
Are you renting the devices to your customers, or are you selling the devices? What's the business model?
Selling the device. Because we have very experienced SI software customization of the project, but it is not good for the ROI. So we implement our software into the AI Edge box, so we can sell the product in domestic and export market.
I've got another question. The training of AI consumes a lot of energy, and as you have AI devices and you're also a very responsible company, how does it work? Are you producing your own energy for that, and how do you compensate for the lot of the energy that you use for the training of your models?
Usually, we're using continuous model and feather weight, and it is a self-learning mode, and we relearning model inside. So we calculated what is the best, what is the performance, and calculated and compared, and then improve the performance inside the edge box.
I might have missed it in your presentation, but you say your solution is very much focused on renewable energy production. Is that your choice? Is that limited by the technology you have developed? Or would it be theoretically be open to other energy production as well? So is it really your responsibility as a company to focus on the customer who are basically manufacturing renewable energy?
Basically, we started from the manufacturing the business, but we collected many kinds of data from the manufacturing data. It's very similar, and it is wind power, the solar power. We first we design in the inverter or many kinds of electricity data. So we started a UK company this year.
Thanks very much for your presentation. What is your plans on extending your offering or scaling the business beyond the assortment, the core offering that you're having now? Do you see any future in certain different product directions?
Different product, sure.
In what direction do you feel that the company is going forwards in the next years in terms of product line?
Product line?
Yeah.
Yes.
That it.
Our product line is high-performance GPU-based AI edge because we collected the sensor data and video stream. But many kinds of energy sensor data is machine learning enough. So we are focusing on the embedded system, very low cost and tiny OS embedded system edge box. So we can sell all of the device, so many customers. We can respond to that.
All right, we have time for one quick last
one
question.
quick question, because team problem fit is one of the criteria. So
Yeah.
how big is your team? Perhaps you could say a little bit about that one and your company's team. Yeah.
Yes, 15 engineers, and the most one person, except one person, all of the engineer is 14 engineers.
All right, thank you very much. Another round of applause for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Right, so we are in the same field, but in a different part of the energy production for our next project. And they're going to introduce their operating system for energy management and carbon accounting. I'm talking about KoreaGreenData, and I have the pleasure of welcoming John Lee to the stage. Warm round of applause. Welcome. Okay, you know the drill by now. Yeah. The slides are going to appear in a second for you, and you can always preview them there. And unfortunately, you also have only 4 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Take it away. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John, CEO and founder of KoreaGreenData. This is my third startup. We are creating the world's first Gen AI-based energy platform. Nowadays, the Earth's temperatures keep increasing due to the climate change. They're saying that this summer is the coolest summer we have ever experienced in the future. There's a lot of the cost on the climate change, but I think the carbon emission is the most important thing. What do you think to solve this problem? Maybe many people think about the solar panel or ride EV. I don't think both is not suitable solution. The most important thing is reduce energy consumption. At this moment, energy management system market keep rapidly growing. By the 2033, The market size is around 200 billion. But I couldn't find any suitable solution, any good solution so far. Why is that? Look at this solution. What do you think? You guys get any insight from this solution? Or you can get any energy saving? No, right? To solve this, we just make a Green OS for past 3 years. Green OS has optimized UX/UI design. Each card automatically determines what kind of data. And depending on what kind of customer, it can drive or what kind of the beneficial to display. For example, the customer is a logistic warehouse. We analyze based on the warehouse temperature. For example, the other thing is if the customer is a factory, we just energy analyze based on the equipment line. And on-site solutions such as peak shaving or ESS charge-discharge optimization and even the virtual simulation like digital twin simulation also possible. This is Gen AI report. Customer can generate any kind of content or format, whatever they propose. This Gen AI report already developed and integrated into Samsung SmartThings Pro. They will release on this October. I think that I had so many complaints because still someone continuing monitoring and derive insight from it. So that's why we just make our AI chatbot Greenie. From now on, you can ask anything to chatbot Greenie. So you guys can tariff information or the energy analysis. Even you can create a card with the chatbot. This is we'll announce the next March in 2025 in the United States. In PG&E and SC and SDG customer can use this. The biggest difference is this covered all the residence customer as well. So I hope in European customer we use new version of GreenOS. Our solution have implemented so many sites in Korea and Japan. Most of the average, they reduced 13% energy saving. From this year, our AI capability have been recognized. We just work with top-tier global company like Samsung and Hyundai and LS. This is our technical roadmap. After we launch our solution, we're rapidly growing. I think we'll make a break-even point within 1 year. We are still a small startup. We are only 11 people. And we just finished the seed round. Until so far, we just fundraising around $1.5 million. So this planet you guys are living on is not, we do not inherit from our ancestors, right? We just borrow from children. So please join us and let us make together this planet more better for our next generation. Thank you.
Congratulations. What are your questions, dear jury? This was a roller coaster.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for the presentation. One question I do have, first of all, I'm also excited because we all know when it comes to sustainability goals, data is super important. One thing is more out of interest. So do I understand correctly, the data comes from your customers, and then is there also, it is already a really good product to be able to create reporting using generative AI out of that. I think that is one of the features of your product.
Yes.
But are customers also able to basically steer, for instance, their manufacturing? So is there like a back channel? Or is it first of all the idea of the product to visualize and make data visible, make insights possible, and generate reportings out of that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what is it?
The question is it already possible to use the data also to manage, for instance, production sites, or would that be a next step, for instance?
After next step?
Of your product.
Yeah, so we can collect for manufacturing site. Actually, we can collect from their MES system or some BOS system, BankNet system, where we can collect all the data and analyze and generate the report for their convenient. Yeah.
All right. So this is the first step is done. The next step is not yet there. So based on that data to automatically manage the
Yeah.
plant. Okay, right.
So based on the chart that you showed, the revenue is staying the same from 2024 to 2026. Is there a reason, or are you still going to other markets afterwards, or why is it increasing after that?
Oh, because we are a small startup. So one thing is many customers, they hesitate to use small startup product. So why we calculate this. First, we just to make our API, provide API to the big corporation like Samsung LS. So that's why we just some revenue looks like some slow. But after we launched our solution in the United States, I hope there's really increasing. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you for your presentation. If I understood correctly, your business model currently is only B2B faced.
Until so far, the B2B things, the animation is a little bit launched in the United States. This is the B2C. It's covered on the B2C as well.
Quick follow-up question to that. If it's faced B2C, how do you manage your data collection? Is there a product that you will bring to market?
No, we don't make hardware. In the United States, you guys maybe know that Green Button Alliance. The PG&E and SDG-SC, they have a green button format. We already implemented with their format. So share my data if the US customer can share my data only one click. We can get the data from them in the 15-minute interval. So it's okay. So yeah.
What about the European market? Any plans coming to Europe?
Oh, what's that?
What about the European market?
That's
any plans?
That's why I'm here, because there's a European market. I think is really good because European people is really think about the environmental issues. So that's why I'm here. But that's why I just want to work with any utility company in European country or any smart home appliances company like this, like Samsung. Yeah.
Right. So we wish you best of luck here with everything. Thank you so much again for your presentation. I will take this from you, and an applause. There you go. There you go. So we've been in the energy sector for the past 40 minutes. Thank you for hanging on there. And now we move to a hardware solution for road safety. It's my pleasure to introduce the CEO of MoveAWheeL, Minhan Kim. Sorry. There you go. You're welcome to the stage. This is your clicker. That is your timer.
Hello everyone. I am
Here we go.
Minhan Kim and CEO of MoveAWheeL. Can you spot the life-threatening hazard in this picture? It looks beautiful and it takes from Germany. However, there are invisible killer. These numbers show casualties caused by black ice and flooding. Do you know black ice? Black ice is a transparent, thin-coated ice on the road, and it's invisible, so it is called invisible killer. Black ice is a very big social problem. To solve this problem, people think about camera, radar, and LiDAR. However, they cannot detect black ice or water because the electromagnetic wave they are used goes through the ice and goes through the water. However, our EasyWay sensor can detect black ice or transparent material, as well as more than 20 different types of road surfaces with an accuracy over 97%. And this road surface can be distinguished by our sensor accurately. So how can our sensor distinguish this road surface? That is sound wave and AI. Imagine yourself speaking directly to the wall and speaking directly to the sponge. Even if you say the same tone, you will hear different tones of your voice. Furthermore, the sound wave can be reflected from ice and from water. That's how our sensor can distinguish the road surfaces accurately. Our EasyWay infrared sensor can be installed like road lamp, and our sensor can monitor the road surface 24/7 in real time. When the ice condition detected, then our sensor can automatically control the de-icing systems. For POC, we installed our EasyWay infrared sensor 20 different sites in South Korea. And we reduced lots of car accidents caused by black ice or water. And most important thing is that the death rate have gone down to 0. To scale up, we are developing mobility sensor. Our sensor can be installed on the vehicle. Then our sensor can gathering wide range of the road data while vehicle is moving. That is EasyWay mobility sensor. We MoveAWheeL attract lots of attention from vehicle companies because our sensor can be used as a previous sensor to vehicle control. Hyundai, BMW, Audi. To do all of this, we finally built our R&D center to develop and manufacture our EasyWay brand sensor. And our sales grows exponentially, and we will grow exponentially. Until now, we successfully secured 700,000 euros in investment to date, and we are aiming to raise Series A round to raise 4 million euros. Our company name is MoveAWheeL, MoveAWheeL, and mobile also means mobile, freedom of mobility. I hope everyone with us move freely and safely, just like people in this picture. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. All right. Time for you to grill our kind guest here.
Again, thank you also for your presentation. I definitely get the point about road safety and to protect people's life. Since today is focused on sustainability, I would be interested, how do you see, what's the sustainability aspect of your solution? If you could elaborate that a bit.
Actually, to remove the ice load, snow or ice condition, there are de-icing systems like heat wires or salt brine water sprayer. However, the heat wire uses lots of energy. So using our system, we can efficiently use heat wire system. And also we can save the human's lives.
That's pretty sustainable.
A follow-up question to Steph's question. All right. How do you measure this impact of using, for example, those heat wires only sectionally?
Impact?
Yeah, how you will measure the sustainability impact?
Yes, right. Actually, in Seoul, South Korea, the salt is really a lot of salt is used to reduce the car accidents when in winter. However, using our system, we can reduce the salt uses around 70%.
On one of the charts, you showed the price for the sensor. I think it's $49 or something. Why is it so much cheaper than the others on the slides? You got $500 and so. How can you do that?
Actually, the vehicle parking sensor is around $1. We are using similar sensor, so that's why we can sell very low price. We can sell very low price.
And how many have you already installed?
Yes, 20 sensor in South Korea. I hope meet many automakers from here.
So how far are they? The companies you mentioned, BMW, Audi, are they already testing that as a proof of concept?
Actually, we got a contact point. After we developing our mobility sensor, then I will contact them to have a POC with vehicle company.
You could also go to companies like Bosch or Continental.
Yes, right.
That could also be a good entry point for you for the European market, for example.
Thank you for your comments.
Wonderful. Any other questions? Then we're all set. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
It's been such a pleasure to have you on stage. Now, I would love for you... Oh, thank you. I would love for you to reflect for a second about what you've seen today, but we need to give the jury a moment of time for them to decide. So I'm going to tell you 3 stories with 1 moral. If we could go to the next slide. So 3 stories with 1 moral. I want to introduce you to Alice Hamilton. Alice Hamilton is a scientist. In 1925, she publicly explained and demonstrated the risks connected with having lead in gasoline. In 2011, we know that most countries eliminated lead from gasoline. It took 86 years for her message, her scientific message, to reach mass adoption. And we know that, for instance, the United States in the 80s and the 90s started banning fuel with lead. But even in that period that they didn't act, that caused toxic levels of lead in the child population of the United States for 68 million children. When a scientist starts saying something that goes against the industry, what happens is that the industry starts lobbying, starts smear campaigns, started PR campaigns. And there's been countless other scientists that have talked about this. And finally, we are almost 100 years later receiving the message. I have another thing that I want to tell you. I want to talk to you about Sherry Rowland and Mario Molina. You don't know the names of these people, but you know about the ozone layer. In 1974, they spoke up about the ozone layer. The fact that if we didn't act, it would be impossible for us to go out in the sunlight. It took them 13 years to get to the Montreal Protocol, and in those 13 years, they also had to endure a smear campaign, PR campaign, lobbying from the industry, telling them that they were wrong. They are so right that in 2024, every year the ozone layer forms and reduces, and now it's smaller than it's ever been. The last person I want to introduce you to is James Hansen. He's the spokesperson for climate change. In 1988, he's famously been in front of Congress and talked publicly to policymakers about climate change. We've known about a connection between CO2 and temperature increase, first theoretically from 1896. And it took us until 1988 to bring the scientific information to a policy level. So my message for you is very simple. If you have a scientist, a chemist, a biologist, an engineer in your life, ask them, what are they worried about? What are they concerned about today? What is something that they're passionate about today? Because they might hold the key to our future. Thank you. Now, I hope I gave you enough time. We hear from them, and now we hear from you. There's your voting, but what is your opinion?
We do have a winner, And so we all discussed a little bit about the different companies. They are all very interesting, but we had to come up with one winner, and the winner in our case is Solaires.
Oh, wow. Fabian, congratulations. You go to the final on... Oh, sorry, no. We have to let them vote. No, my bad. Now, with a show of hands, I would like to hear, with a show of hands for each single product. So I'll give you a reminder. The Evar was the solution about electric vehicles, plugging them with even a mobile electric charger that would come to you. Show of hands, who votes for Evar? All right. Then we have for Solaire Enterprise, Fabian, the new solar panel that doesn't even need the sun to function. How many? So I'm going to count this side and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. Do we have a count for this other side? No. Then 9, 10, 11. Okay, we have 11 here. And then for IDB, the smart way to manage wind and solar energy production. Who is voting for IDB? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, winning right now. Then for KoreaGreenData, the new operating system for better energy management and carbon accounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for MoveAWheeL, the smart sensor that saves lives on the road. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, we have a winner. It's IDB. The smart way to manage the wind and solar energy production plants goes to our semi-final. I want to thank you all very much. I want to thank the jury very much. I want to thank everybody who sits behind that black curtain, who has done such an excellent job juggling all of these different slides, presentations, a bunch of different microphones. The stage ends here for today. Appointment tomorrow, I think, at 10. The stage continues, and this competition continues Tuesday. There's a final. Tomorrow, there's another round starting at 4:15. Thank you so much.